All right, so guys, this is a sermon that I wrote called God Endows Her. This is for everyone that is a born again Christian and you're having some doubts, or sometimes you're lost, sometimes you don't know where to go, and you just need something that can reconnect you to the presence, the gifts, the blessings, and the miracles that God is performing for you, and He will perform, okay? So let's just get right into it, okay? He took his time with you, and as soon as you grasped for his love, he held you in his clutch. God will always save you from what it is up against you. There's not a single place on earth you could be that he does not touch, okay? He saved you from the fiery furnace and from the fowler's snare. Miracle blessings are on the way, and you must be proud of them. Miracle blessings are always upon those who choose God, those who call on God when in trouble, those who fall in love with God later in life fall deeply. Okay, we can actually break down what this means, all the word. We can break down what it means as an adult with our adult minds. That makes it so much more interesting. We can blend it with life experience, but the divine wisdom that God will give us is much greater than anything that life can offer you, any experience life can offer you, okay? But the divine wisdom God will give us is greater than any experience life can offer you. With that, I mean, we do not control our circumstance. Trusting God can give you power above any stronghold. Once we answer that call from Him, we are now being led by our mission from God. And it's all about answering to the call and going up for your purpose. And just, if you can do that, I'm telling you, you'll be right where you need to be. The moment we arrive to the battlefield later can be daunting, if it's later in life. To be a born again Christian, it is a hard job. This change is specific to just you and God. You must pray about this about 3 times a day for daily guidance out of the darkness of the soul. The mind will put you in this like karmic wheel if you choose any other religion, or if you choose to leave God behind. And I mean, if it gets too hard for you, you never want to leave. You always want to ask for mercy, okay? Thinking that we must appeal to physical law and universal law, this can be some of the karmic laws which are upheld, which are associated with Hinduism, or it could be strict laws like the 42 laws of Ma'at, which is connected to Kemetic philosophy. But only you know your heart, and if these things are more daunting to you, it is probably because they don't appeal to you, okay? No need to feel guilty about being led by Jesus the Christ, okay? He is the great shepherd, okay? He will take you from anywhere and collect his flock, okay? He will keep you. God the Father will keep you, and so does the Holy Spirit. Channel your spiritual intensity into something that can be tangible for the world and God alike. He will see how you left the fires cleansed and purged. If the intrinsic quality does not leave you after your speech and your meeting with the Lord, it's because He has a special plan for you. So it's like you'll go through this phase where things seem to be not making sense, or things don't make so much sense after a really big problem that didn't make any sense at all, didn't make a lick of sense, and it was kind of like traumatic for you, right? Because He has this plan. But free will is also a thing, so you kind of have to choose. You got to be ready, you got to be prepared, you got to say I am here, okay? So do not feel as though you'll be a victim or the martyr just because you chose God. Do not feel like you will be victim, you will be blamed, you will be shamed. You are a proud child of God. Your pride of the Christian gets you everywhere, okay? Only when you stand on that will you build up the courage for His mission. We all have a purpose, and I'm calling you to it. I'm calling you to get up and stand where you're meant to stand, okay? Find your place with the Lord. This is almost the last. Okay, we have two more paragraphs to go. And I'm gonna let you guys go. Find your place with the Lord, okay? Feeling awkward in God's word does not mean you don't belong. We naturally like to feel that God is the paternal Father who wants us to be just like Him. Well, actually, God just wants us to be like Him in ways that are not thought of. Usually, it's a part of ourselves that we just haven't met yet. Usually, it's a part of ourselves we just haven't really gotten that far in the Word to meet, okay? So, life adaptation, transformation. It happens with age, it happens with time, and the real will work itself out. Okay, it's the fake stuff that tries to, you feel like you have to have everything planned and you feel like you have to know everything. That's fake. That's vain. That's vanity. Okay, I thought that the black sheep of the family was a catalyst for me to follow a different path, a different way, but really it was leading me away from God. The reality is, who wants to be alone after turning away from what they've known all their life? Who wants to feel alone after turning away from God? Certainly not me. That's just asking for things to happen where you cannot even embrace yourself, okay? Because you have taught yourself to be odd, off, and aloof instead of finding your place with the Lord. You're feeling apart from the Lord does not make you a castaway, so don't fall into groups and cliques and stuff like that represent the survival mode and like conspiracy theories. Like, you'll fix yourself into an old position of having to figure everything out on your own, and you don't have the power to handle and fight everything at once. You don't have this power for fighting, for inaction, for fighting the whole world and its problems. Use your might and your strength for the Lord. He will raise you up with the spirit of truth. Okay, you have to use your might for what you can control. Your might and your strength is for the Lord. He will tell you what is your battle, because he has his own things that he wants us to do. Okay, now give God his glory first. Above all, ask for direction, guidance. God will strip you of all that does not fit in your life. New success will be made available to you. God's abundance is not like coins in the bank. It's like a mansion where each room is filled up with accomplishments, and all you have to do is decide what speaks to you. God is a promise keeper. What do you want? Just ask. Just tell him what you want, or ask him what it is that you want. The source of God's gifts can be seen as a fountain, the fountains of abundance. And they say that he is the living waters, which is not like the Lazarus pit. It's something different. You see the Egyptians, they have something that's sort of like that. This is nothing. The living waters, the living word, is nothing like anything you could ever read about in the book. The only book that newborn Christians need to be filling their heads with is the Holy Bible. Okay, any type of indoctrinations or any type of new covenants that is not of ministry, that is not of Christ, you want to stay away from those kind of things. There's so many things going around in the world right now that's making us change. And if you're a woman or a man, you're looking for marriage, or you never thought you would get married, you never thought you would have a family, you never thought you'd put your family back together, this is a sign that you can have something like it once was, or something that you never had before. So I want you to read Proverbs 31, number 1. That's number 1. I want you to read Revelations 2. And lastly, I want you to read Psalms 55. And when you come back and read those next week, I'll tell you what they mean. But you want to read all 3 of those. And I said 3 prayers. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once at night. But you want to make sure that you're praying for people around you. You want to make sure that you're praying for your loved ones, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your kids. You want to make sure you're praying for your family, your mother, your cousin, your sisters, your homegirls, and whoever you owe something to that makes you feel guilty. Let that go. They always say, let your burdens go at the altar. Go forgive them. Then you come back and do the holy practice. You come back and do your fasting. You come back and talk to the Lord, because you need to let go of everything that's not letting you receive completely and wholly. If you don't know how to forgive yet, you really don't need to be asking for forgiveness. And that is the reason why we ask for forgiveness so much, so we can know we are deserving. We are so deserving of it that we must give it freely. Just like joy and hope and abundance, like it's so free. It gets given so freely. Why do we have to hoard it? Why do I have to keep? Why do I have to hold on to things, have a grudge, and build grudges with people? I really don't. So I'm so easy to forget people. Now, I'm not easy to bring them back in my life. That's what Psalm 55 is about. You betrayed me and you was my friend, or more to me, and you got me into this mess. And then the mess that you got me in, it could have been Revelations 2, or it could have been the opposite of Proverbs 31. because Proverbs 31 is about being a woman of valor. It's about being a certain kind of person. It's about the blessings of life, investing in yourself, being a finished product of who you are, not always starting over again. Psalms 55, people we used to be cool with, and we realized, you know what, you was holding me back. That's what that's about. You're not finishing strong enough because you have people that's dragging you down. Every time you make an accolade, every time you make a name for yourself and you move out on your own accord, here they come, right? Trying to take your shine. I think I addressed everything. If you have some sort of school that you need to do, you need to do that. You need to sign up. You need to get things done in this month and in the first month of 2023. There's going to be so much provision, so much love, so much mercy, so much grace. And I want you all to enjoy it. But what you got to do is click that subscribe button so you can see all the videos I post and everything that I write in my word. Peace and blessings, y'all.